Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming and welcome to another first Descendant video. So an updated look at VIESSA. Now I asked in the community tab if people were interested because this is a non-mutant cell build. So I wasn't sure if people would be interested, but a lot of people are saying, sure, why not, let's have a look. Now the issue with the mutant cells is there are a few good suggestions. One of the comments I've seen like a couple of times is people saying drop this one and take all these, and that is a good swap in my opinion, good trade-off. 643, but you get 5 points back, and you can use the 5 points here, and all of these combined will give you 604. This is 643 alone, so it is still a little more, but the difference is negligible in my opinion. And then you can put something like the vulnerability, which gives you 9.5% skill increase. So I might do that. I am tempted. Now the other thing I came up with while trying different things is basically increasing the duration, lowering our damage a little bit with the crit damage and increasing the duration. And then I ran the Void Erosion Purge 30 with the Chill Dagger, and it turned out to be pretty good. So if you don't want to invest into a mutant cell, maybe because you're not getting the boxes or you're just not bothered, then you could try this build here. Once I get a few boxes, I may try that and see if it works out. Because again, you're not losing much in terms of power. You're more or less on the same power, but you're also getting the benefit 9.5% skill power. So with this build, this is first the original build. Well, this is almost original because the only thing I've swapped out is these two. I was using the Polar Knight pieces here, and now I'm using the Plague pieces. So auxiliary power and sensor. This gives us 5% singular power because all the skills are singular. So over here you will see singular over here, no sorry, singular over here. So we're getting 20% from the reactor and 5% from there. Now 100% crit rate, 90% cooldown, 4.472 crit damage. Okay, so first thing, let me show you the damage against a level 260 Vulgus Legion of Darkness. So this is the faction in the Void Erosion Purge Stage 30. So I'll drop this here and we'll look at how much damage we do with this old build. 6-second duration, and so we're getting 9.605, 9.6 million. Okay, let's do it one more time, a couple of times just to get an average. Okay, 8.6 this time. Okay. Now I'll show you the adjusted build and how I've adjusted without losing too much power. So first thing I did was I dropped the emergency measures because we are overcapped on skill critical hit rate. I was using this to get the extra 27.7% crit damage. Now, so we lose a little bit of crit rate and a little bit of the crit rate and crit damage. So 85 and 4.14. Previously it was 4.472. Okay. Now, what I'm planning to do is add duration instead so that we can get our fourth ability to tick for long. Okay, and the adjustment over here is we drop one of these things. We drop one skill power and we can drop the skill cost or the MP recovery, whichever. Okay, so if we do this here like this, we get our crit rate up slightly, 96.25, which is pretty close to 100. And the crit damage is down from 4.472 to 4.14, still over 4 times. Okay. And now what I'll do here is with the duration, our duration has gone up to 8.2. So we have a 6-second cooldown and we have an 8.2 second cooldown. So you could have 2 blizzards towards the end of the first one and you can keep using them. And of course, for longer duration, even if you tick a little less for less damage, you will be doing it for longer. The enemies will be inflicted by frostbite. They'll be standing still. You will be shooting them with the dagger. Okay, so this is why this setup is working out despite on paper it is doing less damage. So let me just do this again to show you the difference. Same Vulgus. And 11.152. So this is doing more simply because this is ticking longer. On pure damage wise, the other build is better, but this is ticking for longer with the fourth ability. The duration is longer, so you can get more damage this way. So we've sacrificed a little bit of damage by increasing the duration. So almost 11 this time. So we are averaging 11. That time we were getting 9.6, I think. So slightly more, but 2 seconds more duration. So this is the main difference of the build. So let me just go over the setup once again. So focus on chill, focus singular, increased HP, nimble fingers, MP conversion to cooldown, skill insight, concentration, front lines, and we are using expansion for the range and extension for the duration. Reactor is frozen singularity, and we are using critical hit damage and cooldown. 2 pieces of plague to get the 5% singular power, and then 2 pieces of hunter to get the 4% cooldown. Okay, and try to get the ones with the most HP and stuff, so you have a decent amount of HP. 317 MP with the setup. Arche Tuning looks like this. So we take the skill, we take the MP, or we take the skill cost, whichever you prefer. Go up to here, keep the big one, take the cooldown, take the crit damage, take the crit rate. Okay, so this is what we do. And oh yeah, gun. We have the chill dagger. So this is the dagger I was using with Glaive for Void Erosion Purge 30 for the last 2 months, because I was mostly using Glaive for that. With all the adjustments, this is the same gun, but what I've done is I've dropped one of the fire rate cores and put a rounds per magazine, because VESSA is not Glaive, she cannot infinitely get ammo. So one extra core for ammo. So chill attack, 2 firearm attacks, rounds per magazine, fire rate. In the rolls we have firearm critical hit rate, chill attack, critical hit damage, and firearm attack. The build here is identical. I haven't changed this. Maybe I can look into this and min-max a little more, but basic setup here: rifling reinforcement, action reaction, 2 mods for weak point, have aiming weak point sight, better concentration and concentration priority for more crit damage. We have one for ammo, another one for ammo with the crit damage 6.5, fire rate, and chill enhancement. So this is the dagger. And yeah, that is the change, and I got a much better time. I got 3 minute 47, I think, for the Void Erosion Purge. And not only that, I did this multiple times, and I was consistently getting around 4 minute time. So 356, 4 minute and 5, 4 minute and 10, 4 minute and 7, 350 something. So 347 was the best. So that is why this is here. 346. Of course, you might be more skillful than me. I'm an old guy, so you might get a better time just using the same setup. So just try to aim for the heads of the enemies. Anyway, I'll not discuss that. I'll show you the whole thing. So I'll leave you with the footage for the Void Erosion Purge 30 run that I did. Of course, with more practice, I might improve this, and let me know if this works out for you. But yeah, this build for VIESSA, Void Erosion Purge 30, becomes easy even if you want to do it solo. If you do it in public, then it's pretty easy anyway. And for others, they should also work out. One more tip I wanted to mention before I forget. In this auxiliary power, you can put fire resistance here, because those guys are fire type. So this will also give you some resistance instead of, you know, putting another HP mod or something to increase your HP, because we are a little lower on the HP. It did not really matter that much if you can get your 4th up quickly and spam your abilities, because the enemies get frozen. Only 1 or 2 places where you have a lot of elites, that is the only place where you may have to wait and be careful. But this wasn't really an issue, but you can increase a little more resistance to fire instead of, you know, dropping something important and putting another HP mod or something. So yeah, try that. Anyway, I'll leave you with the footage. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.